Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You are now listening to That Infernal Noise podcast, part of the Mental Health News Radio Network. Fuck yeah. Hey, y'all. We're back. I'm back. I wasn't on the last one, which is cool. Last week was a clusterfuck. I had to go in office all week, which is not fun at all. Ever. Period. End of story. So I had to go in all week. As you know, I work from home and I don't work in office because we're spread out nationwide. And my boss came in because Gabby and I obviously are local. She lives in Jersey. So we had a week of just getting to work together, which was cool. It's just a lot to be around like public. It's just different now. I'm just different now. I'm different now. That's all it is. But so you recorded one sans Nisha, and I haven't even been able to I haven't even had a chance to listen to it yet, and I feel like such a dick because of it. But I really I wasn't even driving our car. It's not like I even had time to And then by the time I got home, it was put the dogs to bed, dinner, bed for us, because I had to get up and go to work in office the next day. So it was a rude awakening of how much I've changed. It was weird being away from home for a whole week. I mean, I know I wasn't away from home all week, but I basically was. I didn't like it, but yeah, so I'm back. We're back. Another episode. And life is lifing. Yeah? You're quiet over there.
That's just it. It's just is what it is right now.
Yeah. Life is very life right now. I'm thirsty. 3 bottles of water over here. So what's been going on with you? I really feel like I haven't seen you all week. I mean, I know I have because obviously we sleep in the same bed and, we talk and we spend time together at night, but we haven't been able to really talk a whole lot because it's been exhausted. I've been exhausted. It has been exhausted too. Life in general. But I feel like I haven't talked to you all week. Or I feel like I haven't really gotten to talk to you in depth at all. I've tried, but there's only so much we could do with 30 minutes before I conk out on the bed before eating a bowl of cereal for dinner.
After. You said before.
Yeah, I remember. I fell asleep the other day before eating the bowl of cereal. You were like, you need to eat something before you go to bed. So, no, I said it how I meant it. So, how has this week been for you?
Feels like everything's building up again. So, it's just fuck, okay, whatever.
What do you mean by everything building up again?
The anxiety and the intrusive bullshit starts coming back, and I'm over it.
Yeah. I can understand that. It's no matter what is going on in life, it's always harder when there's self-doubt or self-questioning or those intrusive thoughts of negative self. Because I'm going to assume that's what a lot of it is just negative self or negative.
Actually, no, it's the inevitable shit.
Oh. Is it because Mom's birthday just passed, plus it was the 6 month recently, or?
Your guess is as good as mine.
That's valid.
And I think with what happened last week, it triggered something last Saturday.
With the person that we know. Yeah. This life is too short. And some, unfortunately, shorter than most. Sometimes in tragic ways that are unthinkable, unspeakable kind of things. Not unspeakable necessarily, but still not fun. And it does bring up a lot of it opens up barely scabbed over wounds.
I don't even think they were scabbed yet.
No. Not exactly gushing blood, but I don't know. It's just, this life is too short. And then for me, recently, well, now I know that yours hasn't been the negative self-talk, but like mine has. And but with intrusive thoughts of any kind in any situation, it just makes everything so fucking hard. It just makes everything harder because it's like,
I just don't want to be like that. And it doesn't seem like I have a choice.
you don't want to be like, you don't want to be anxious.
I'm tired of being anxious about everything.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. This shit is not fun. Anxiety is not fun. Like, just feeling like there's impending doom of any kind is like almost crippling. It's hard to do things in life. And I mean, and I am so general in that term because I have to be, because it's literally anything. Like, and for every person, it's different. Like, with my depression and my anxiety, you know, I struggle with doing things, anything. Getting up, brushing my teeth, brushing my hair, showering. Like, just even like the fundamental things become extremely hard. And I know that that's just my personal side of it and not everyone's, but
And I don't have stuff like that, like the everyday stuff, hinder me.
yeah,
Like, that doesn't happen because I've gotten so used to it.
that's fair.
Which is unfortunate that I've gotten so used to it that it's just normal habit for me to do that, push through shit, and it's fucking exhausting.
I understand. And that's what I love about our relationship. Is one of the things that I love about our relationship the most. Is that while we haven't gone through exactly the same things, we've been through a lot of similar things, and our brains work in similar fashions when it comes to depression, anxiety, things like that. Not exactly the same, obviously, but we at least understand and empathize and sympathize with the mental state of each other. Because even if we don't agree on... Oh, fuck. I forgot that the phone hit me in the mouth. And I was scratching and that fucking hurt. Sorry. We may not agree on everything because we don't agree on everything. I don't think we have to. I think that'd be dumb if we agreed on everything. But even if we don't agree on the topic or the standpoint of the other person, it's still very, I can understand, or I can see where you as a person would be coming from, because I know how you think, you know how I think. So we can kind of see, okay, I can see why he would think that, or I could see why she would think that or feel that way or whatever. It is nice. It doesn't solve all the problems because we're still human. Like, there's still going to be shit, but like, it does help at least a little bit, even if we're not in agreement on the situation. It does make it a little bit where it's like, okay, yeah, I'm going through something right now, and I may be overreacting, or I may be feeling some kind of way that's not intended or whatever, but at least my partner, my other half, knows, okay, I know why my partner feels that way. It makes things easier in life. And I just think, I don't know, we just need more of that in general. More communication, more just, I don't know.
No.
Penny for your thoughts?
They're everywhere right now. I don't know what to zero in on. I hate that the only time I feel calm is whenever I've taken edibles.
I can understand why you are like that. Because you know me, I'm like, who cares? But I also know who you are, and
I'm also
I
the
know
definition of a fucking addict, and you're not.
that's also valid. But also, I know that you, outside of addiction, I understand that you don't like being like that. Like, you even when you were drinking, you didn't like day drinking. It's not like you would, like, that's never been you. You don't like the wake and bake. You don't like the, oh, I'm gonna have a drink at lunch, or that's just never been you. So
I mean, I have, but it's not my thing.
yeah.
Because if I start, like, back then, whenever I started drinking, I wanted to keep drinking.
Yeah. That's also fair and valid.
So whenever we'd go out for, like, lunch or something at various companies, and they're like, oh, I'm going to have a beer. I was like, After a while, I just had to say, nah, I'm good. I'll just drink a soda or something, because if I drank then, it would just spiral out of fucking control.
Yeah. Especially before, I would say more so before Prime. Before you left Prime. Definitely.
Well, it wasn't just there, too. It was whenever Mandy and I were still together, because whenever... around the time I first met you guys.
Oh, yeah.
It was horrible. And we'd go out, and every Friday we'd go out and have drinks and then come back. And I didn't want to do anything. Like, I just want to continue drinking in that situation.
Is that how you feel now when it comes to edibles, or where you're just like,
I want to, but I don't. You see it. Like,
yeah.
I don't do it.
Yeah.
until after a certain time. At least, if not later.
Yes.
That's the only time I get a fucking reprieve.
And I know you don't like me comparing it to this just because it is what it is. But you still take your, oh, excuse me, sorry. You take your medication.
Yeah, but it's not a drug. Like what they define as schedule, you know what I mean? Like all
Valid,
of that shit.
but you are also part of a registered program through the state of Texas. You literally had to talk to a person who went to medical school. They don't get, regardless of what they're prescribing, or regardless of, oh, she is snoring loud. Regardless of what they're prescribing or how easy or how asinine or stupid the process
the same
is.
thing whenever they legalized in California. Like,
Yeah, it's like I understand, but that's still a medical professional. And they ask you questions. I mean, are there a lot of questions? No. Are they hard questions? No. But it's still you had to talk to a doctor. A doctor still had to say, yeah, cool. You're able to do this. You still had to pay for your appointment. You still had to, you know what I mean? It's still you had a doctor's appointment. Virtual or not. Everyone does virtual shit now, so it doesn't matter that it was virtual.
It's not even virtual. Mine's over the phone.
Mine was virtual. That's right. I forgot. But like, it's a medication.
I don't like having things that I have to rely on for my mentality.
And I understand that, but if you had an anxiety medication from the pharmacy, from Walgreens, that was take as needed and you took it as needed, you wouldn't feel exactly the same about this.
That's not true. I
exactly.
I don't like having to take antidepressants either.
Fair, but you that's an easier shit. That's an easier pill for you to swallow than sorry. Unintended pun. But I don't think you have to feel bad, but I also understand that you don't want to do it all day, which I'm not telling you to do so. But I'm just saying that
seems like I don't have a fucking choice. It's either that or be miserable 3/4 of the day and get a couple of hours at night where I'm not.
Reprieve. Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, well, what the fuck do I do? And I've been wanting to microdose again because that was the most effective thing that I have ever done as far as treating my depression.
Yeah. And
but I can't because I'm on SSRIs and all the shit could get fucked up chemically in your body if you do that and you don't detox from the SSRIs first.
Yeah.
Which tells you probably shouldn't be fucking taking them. If you have to detox for natural shit, you have to detox your body from the unnatural shit to be able to take the natural shit.
Agreed.
Like, that's fucking lunacy.
It is.
But I don't want to fucking get serotonin syndrome or some fucking shit and go batshit crazy for real.
Yeah. Or in some way, because you can overdose on fucking antidepressants. So, and you don't want to do anything to mess yourself up that way. So, I understand.
I'm just happy the weed doesn't interact with the SSRIs the same way, because at least it's fucking something.
That's fair.
Because I fucking hate drinking now. Like, we had the one shot for Gabriel's birthday, and that was it. It was also kind of a housewarming thing, but like that was it.
Yeah, and I didn't want another shot. Like, it's not
or
like
was it for Kaylee's thing? Kaylee's graduation.
No, that was when they moved. That was for Gabriel's birthday moving in thing. We didn't have
Oh,
one.
yeah. We didn't drink for Kaylee's graduation.
Yeah,
Not real. I mean, whatever. Yeah, you're right.
We didn't do a toast. I don't know. Drinking is just not it anymore. I mean, it never was. It never should have been, first of all.
It's just socially acceptable.
It's just, yeah, socially acceptable.
And weed technically is too, but there's still been that stigma since we were fucking kids. Mm-hmm. And I guess that still sticks in my head. I don't know.
I don't know. Because you're not...
Because I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with anybody else doing it. It's none of my fucking concern. I'd rather people smoke weed and do edibles as opposed to drink.
Or any other drug. Yeah.
Well, maybe not any other drug.
Well, okay.
I think everybody should do shrooms.
Okay. I mean, serious drugs. Like meth.
Yeah, you just take enough fucking shrooms. That's pretty fucking serious.
Oh my God. That fucking video you sent me the other day of the comedian talking about the guy, ask him if he wanted to microdose, and he's the one who made the skin capsules.
Fucking nuts.
His sparkle is my beam of light.
I'm like, what the fuck is... Sparkle is not a measurement. It's not. It's just a sparkle. What the fuck?
It is grams, sir. Anyway, sorry.
Meanwhile, it looks like a fucking horse tranquilizer. It's like...
This is not how it's... No.
Because that's not what I'm looking to do. No. I'm looking to have that good baseline where I just feel like a groovy fucking hippie and everything's fine.
Yeah.
And it's not an avoidance thing. It's more of a rewiring my brain thing.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people don't understand is that...
Because alcohol for me is avoidant. It is 100% avoidant. I start feeling emotions. I drink to dull them, get rid of them until I drink to a certain point, and then it turns into fucking World War III.
Yes.
And I got sick of that. And I'm sure everybody else did too.
Mm-hmm. I can't even joke about it. Yeah, that shit got old. Well, and it's not just you. It's not just because you had such a difficult time with alcohol of why I don't like alcohol.
You were never really into it.
And I drank
You were the pothead in the group.
Yeah.
All of us were drinkers.
Oh, yeah.
Including Gabriel, but he was more of a pothead too. He would much rather smoke than drink back then.
Mm-hmm. And I
still drank, but...
Oh, hell yeah. That's because I started drinking when I was 13.
That's how our generation bonded with people.
Yeah,
that was the hangout. We fucking bonded, did shots, whatever we could find. Fucking Mad Dog for whatever reason. McCormick's. We all had that one older friend that could buy alcohol.
Yeah, you didn't call her mom, did you?
No, we called him Boogie.
But yeah, it's still not your mother. Anyway.
Grandpa bought me alcohol.
Oh,
I asked him to do it
one time. Wasn't that when you graduated?
Mm-hmm. And we all got fucked up then.
Yeah. I was given alcohol.
Well, we always had alcohol because of Grandpa. Because he would buy alcohol for himself. And then my friends would come over and we'd all chip in so it could be replenished.
But I was bought and given alcohol starting at a very young age. 15, 16. And then it went from at home drinking to me being given alcohol while we were out driving. We would stop by the liquor store.
Which is smart.
Oh, and this is all with the same person. So if you can't connect dots by what I've already said and who I'm talking about now, same person. Yay! So there's that. But anyway, I don't know. I think that it wouldn't be a bad thing if you took one in the morning and then took another, because it's not like you take ridiculous amounts. You take 5 milligram edibles. That wouldn't cure one of my headaches. because of how my chemical makeup is and all of that. So that's the other thing, is that you're not like waking up and like having 1,000 milligrams of anything. It's 5. And that'll last you the vast majority of the day. So you would take a whopping like 10, maybe 15 milligrams a day. That's less antidepressants that you take, milligram wise. Just going off milligrams.
I don't even know what I'm at for that.
Because I've slowly started, I've stopped taking my medication just because I can't anymore. I don't want to. One, I was forgetting just because I've been so busy, and I can't. Things have been going good with me mentally, in the aspect of...
I was about to say, are you fucking kidding me? Because things have not been going well mentally for you, but you were saying specifically in that arena.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying that medication-wise, I don't think it has been... The whole reason I got back on medication was after Mom passed, and my body was doing things that it hadn't done before. And I think that was why I was like, oh, wait, medication is a necessity right now. And I think that while, yes, I have been going through some things mentally, I don't think that it has been to that extent. And I have been able to at least keep that part at bay. I could be wrong.
Whatever
and I could
the hell that means.
Yeah. Or I could just be incredibly delusional right now, and I probably should go take my meds now. I don't know. I guess we'll see, but... Because I don't like taking my medication either. The fucked up thing is that, like, when I take my medication and stressful situations happen, I don't feel different. Like, me right now...
You just don't notice it. Because your reaction is in the same vein, but it's nowhere near as amped up or insurmountable.
That's valid. That's...
But you don't see it.
But I don't see it. No, sorry. That's what I was saying. That's valid too. Sorry. Yes. So maybe I do need to just suck it up and take my medication.
I mean, ideally, we should all be able to cope without shit like that, but...
Times are different now. We're not...
Yeah, but we're also one of the few countries that is dependent on a fucking pharmaceutical industry.
Oh, yeah. 100%. But I'm just saying, us as humans alive right now, we're not supposed to be doing the things that we're doing. We're not supposed to be sitting in front of computers for hours a day. Like, we're not supposed to. And I just think that we're not, because of all of the interference and stuff like that we're just chemically different now. And it's a necessity. I think.
I don't think it would be if they legalized marijuana, shrooms,
100%.
DMT, ayahuasca, the natural shit.
No. I agree with that. But I'm just saying, what they allow us, it is a necessity to deal with.
It's stupid that they allow us to do certain things and not other ones, even though the things that they allow us to do cause more damage, and our bodies have to acclimate to it.
Mm-hmm. You have to amp up your dosage, and you have to wean yourself down. Off, else it
you could just pick up pot. You could pick up mushrooms, and do them, and then not do them anymore,
or do it on Tuesday. And
there is no chemical withdrawal in the shit.
I know.
but it's wrong and it's evil and
I'm just
whatever
stating.
the fuck.
When I speak so frank about something, I'm just stating what it is. I'm not saying I agree or disagree, because that one I definitely do not agree with. I do not like big pharma, but it is what it is, and this is the world we live in, unfortunately, and I don't see things changing, which again makes me sad and makes me want to go take my pills. But not really, in an act of defiance and rebellion.
The acts of defiance and rebellion is how we got here.
Meaning?
We're the anti. We always have been.
Oh, yeah.
Our generation in general was very much anti-authority.
Yeah.
Still is.
Oh, yeah. Very much so.
And then we can't figure out how our kids ended up the way they did.
I know exactly how our kids ended up the way they did, and I like them. So
I'm not arguing that. It's just some people's kids are way too fucking sensitive and think that they deserve a safe space everywhere, which is not true.
Some people's kids. I really do wish I could just stop my medication and, like, never have to look back. Now thinking about it, like, yeah, that'd be nice. That made me emotional a little bit, like, thinking about it.
You can wean yourself off whenever you want.
I haven't taken my meds in, like, 2 weeks. And I had 0 side effects.
See, I always feel like me and Kaylee, whenever we're off our meds for a day, 24 hours later, we feel like shit.
Yeah, and that's why like, my chemical makeup, that's why I'm just like, people look at me like, you don't need that much. Yes, I fucking do. Because my body just says, oh yeah, cool, more. I need more to function. Come on.
Well, I think that has to do with your genealogy.
Oh, yeah, I agree. And then I think I have to do some research on this, but I think the chronic muscle tension, and I don't know if things process or metabolize in my body differently because of the severe tension that's been literally, like I was telling you the story about how after that fender bender when I was 10, my back has hurt since then. And I remember that. I don't know. I have to do some research because Western medicine is failing me when it comes to chronic pain and tension and anxiety and things like that. So, I think I'm going to go, I'm going to have to go more Eastern for some things. Like I want to try acupuncture, and things like that, but I don't know if sorry, more thoughts are processing, and I was just like, well, maybe that is. I don't know if there's any like evidence for me to hang my hat on that one of like my internal things metabolized.
It's been pretty obvious to me.
Because it's not anything with my liver. It's not anything with my thyroid. Nothing like my kidneys, nothing like that. And most of the time it would be like a liver thing. My liver's fine. So I don't know what the science, like what the actual science is behind it, but like even if I wanted to up my dosage on my Zoloft, I can't. I'm at the highest that they will prescribe to a human person. They say you can't take anymore. And then on top of that, I take Wellbutrin, which is a supportive thing to my Zoloft. I mean, it also helps with anxiety and my other shit, but like, that's how bad my shit is. I can't take higher doses. And then again, that goes back to Big Farm. What do you do with people like me? Oh, wait. They create a stronger drug that can cause even more detrimental side effects. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe there are some other things I need to look at within myself. But it would be nice to just be normal. There's people out there that don't understand what depression is, which is wild to me. But the more I think about like homesteading and like just getting a small piece of land and just going there with all of us and just, that's very nice. Of course, we would still, I mean, it's still 2024. We would still have to have the technologies, you know, because there's still people that we would want to keep in contact with. But like, by and large, I don't think we're made for this world anymore, the way it is.
I don't think we're made for this time period.
No. We've always
been in the fucking hippie era.
Yeah. You and I have, I don't think we were supposed to be American, and I don't think we were supposed to.
We're not supposed to be American now. We have more of like a European sensibility whenever it comes to certain things.
Valid. Yeah, and I don't know. I know Logan says it a lot, but we're just built different. We're just built differently. Life is wild. Like, like the conversation that we're having. I'm crying because I can't function. Like, we as a society can't function without, like, because our brains are all the bullshit that we have to deal with. Oh, I don't know what my hair's doing. Oh, there we go. Sorry. It's just funny. And I mean funny in like a tragic way, because it's, oh wait, we're going to have to work until who knows when.
We drop.
You know, it's like, unfortunately, we need money for fucking everything, and everything, inflation's too high. Like, it's just ridiculous to be a person who is alive right now. And I have to laugh. But luckily.
Well, then all you got to do is take this pill and you'll feel better. Oh, but your dick don't work now, so now you need to take this other fucking pill. Oh, well, that fucks up your cholesterol and your blood pressure, so you have to take this pill.
Oh, and be careful, because this one could mess with your heart. Oh, and wait. This one causes anal leakage.
You also got diabetes, so now you have to worry about this thing and da-da-da, like...
Oh, but guess what? You're going to need all of that to function as a human being.
And not even have a good quality of life, just barely make it.
But we're not going to cover it through your insurance. Yeah, that's very, yes. Because we've been dealing with Kaylee's stuff. It's just, it really sucks to wake up and be alive in a time where the people who govern or are supposed to
have the best interests of the people in mind.
Well, you wake up and you feel hated every day. Just absolutely hated. And the funny thing is that I found out after this week of spending time with somebody who is not from Texas. Be like, oh, that's not how it is there where I live. It's like, oh, so the added bonus of living in America. And this is how it still sucks in the healthcare system or whatever arena. But it's like, oh no, the specific state you live in hates you. As a woman, as a human,
but we don't have income tax, so state income tax.
Yeah. Because that's the end all be all. Because, you know, the bottom...
because it's fucking money.
Well, yeah, because if the bottom line is being met and exceeded, then that's all that matters. But if we say this too loudly, we're going to be called socialists, so... There's
Yay, another made-up word. People just make up words and then they just stick to them. That's all that's ever happened. All of these words don't exist.
Yeah.
And we've created them.
Sorry, it just reminded me of the Big Lebowski. You fucking fascist!
Yeah, and everybody's a Nazi if you don't do this. And, oh, everybody's a snowflake if you do this. And you're a socialist because you believe in taking care of people. And you're a communist because you believe in universal basic income or whatever, which I don't necessarily believe in. But, like, just in general, there's always...
Yeah. Just because
you're a fucking hippie because you believe in peace and love and that everybody should get along. Why shouldn't that be the way everybody thinks? And why is it a negative thing?
My thing is that people automatically equate minding your own fucking business and leaving people alone. People mistake that with, or confuse that with, oh, you want everybody to just peace and love and get along. No, it is.
I do want that.
I mean, yes. Peace, love, but more so, it's not, let's take it back, tribal. It's not like, oh, all the local tribes were all friends and all. No, there was still battles. There was still, hey, this is shit is ours, that shit's yours. If we like each other, we can be allies, we can share supplies, we can do this, we can work together. Yeah, but that doesn't mean they liked every tribe. That doesn't mean they liked everyone in their tribe, but they still work together respectfully. People mistake respect for peace, love, and everybody just getting along. No, it's I respect that other person over there as a human being. And I know that those crops that they planted are theirs. And they're doing that for their people to take care of their family.
Yeah, but whenever you've built an entire country off of manifest destiny and taking and raping and pillaging everything, that sounds...
like peace and love retarded. And snowflakes and stupid.
I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I didn't understand manifest destiny whenever I was a child.
Neither did I.
It didn't make sense to me then.
Neither did I.
Now that I've gotten older, I realize it for what it really was.
It's affluence,
it's gentrification, because we don't like the way you're doing your shit, so we're going to come through and make it better.
We're going to do it better. No,
and then they called us savages and took everything.
Meanwhile,
and murdered everybody en masse, but we were the fucking savages.
Meanwhile, there's even every year there seems to be more and more evidence that these savages
had more advanced knowledge of mathematics, of science, of astronomy, technology. They were able to do shit that we can't figure out to this day.
That we can't
with
replicate.
Our modern technology. Mm-hmm. But they were the fucking savages.
Yeah, and they were dumb, and they were...
And then they don't understand why people with my skin tone don't like the whole idea of this shit. Mm-hmm. And like, well, we saw what you did to our ancestors.
Yeah.
And in your books, you just kind of gloss over that.
You make
You
it
get
all
a
really nice and
chapter
rosy and
or two. Some for the Native Americans, some for the Mexicans, but that's usually only here in Texas or in the southern or southwestern corner.
yep.
Because, like, people in Chicago don't know about what happened in Texas.
Yeah, they don't like it for our kids. And when we were in school in Texas, you take Texas history.
Texas geography, too.
Oh yeah, Texas history, Texas geography. Like I don't know if they do that in other states. I don't know if they have like a California history or a Ohio.
California history would be much the same as Texas.
Oh yeah, very much so. Because
Guess what? That was Mexico, too.
I don't know. Yeah.
The whole thing's just bullshit. The
Yeah.
way the system is broken in
No
every
one's gonna
sense of
fix
the
it.
word. Nobody gives a shit about each other. It's all about chasing money. And nobody cares about anything outside of that. It's all materialistic.
And you are
I say that with my fucking microphones and my laptop and my cameras and shit.
You know what? We are trying. Okay, first of all, we work hard for all the shit that we have. We bust our ass for it. In whatever capacity. Because when I wasn't working, I still busted my ass in ways. Just like you're busting your ass now. Like, it's not a work thing, but we've worked.
It's an effort thing.
Yes, effort. Thank you. Effort. I need to work on that. I need to work on, not that I have a limited vocabulary, because that's not
You just
the
don't
case.
always know the word to use in those situations.
Yes. So effort. We have busted our asses for everything that we have. It's not like mommy and daddy bought all of our stuff and we deserve more and how come we can't get... No. We have worked and fought to be where we are. So yes, we have the expensive Shure mics and we have the HP.
We do not have expensive mics comparatively, by the way.
Fair. We don't have the top of the line.
They're they're very good quality mics.
Super good.
But if you want higher than that, it's
Outrageous.
ridiculous.
Yeah. But we are
And
also...
same with the webcams. You want good quality fucking cameras.
Yeah.
Like, it's... We paid a fraction.
Oh, yeah.
And a small fraction at that for all of this shit.
Yeah. And the thing is that we are still trying to spread words of encouragement, we're using, yes, we have the technology. I know, haha, we have the technology. But we are still trying to utilize it in a more positive way. We're trying to let people know that they're not alone. That just because they're different, just because they don't fit in with what is normal or what is socially acceptable or this, that, or the other, we're still trying to convey messages of love and acceptance and... Come on, guys. Let's fucking get our shit together. Get our poop in a group. Can we do some things, please? I think that, unfortunately, the human race as a whole is fucked. And I don't think there's any going back, unfortunately. But I think that if people like us, and again, we have what, I don't even know how many listeners we have, and it's kind of irrelevant to me because of the few times that, hey, you've gotten messages. Hey, I really, thank you for saying that. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for that.
And that's why I try to do the same thing for other people.
Yeah.
Just like, I needed to see that today. Thank you.
Yep. And I've kind of removed myself from social media for the past
While.
year and a half or so. And I do try to do that when I'm on social media. You know that I've commented on other people's things and said, hey, if you need some, to complete strangers, you know, like, hey, if you want to talk to me, you can. You don't have to. But I think that as long as we use everything that we have at our disposal to try to spread hope, because that's all it is. It's hope. Hope that things will get better one day. Hope that someone...
Yeah, but then you're an idealist and there's always something negative attached to it.
It is. And, but that's the great thing. That's the greatest thing about people like us.
I don't give a shit.
We don't
anymore.
have to give a fuck. And we can just keep doing what we're doing and spreading our love and giving our wisdom where we can and opening our arms and our hearts for people that may not have that. I have
some
had
that we know for a fact didn't have that because they've told us, I don't get this kind of support from whoever.
XYZ, this person, that person. I have, and I know that I hate to say stuff about myself so much because I don't want anybody to be like, oh, she's making it about herself again. But I know what it's like to have 0 people. Because I have built this family with you. See, Biscuit agrees. I don't know if the mics pick that up. That's, but like, and I know that this would never happen, but if you and the kids were like, we're never speaking to you again, I have no one. If everyone, the small circle that I have, if everyone said, peace out, I have no one. I don't have like relatives to run to on any side, maternal, paternal. I got nothing. And I can't be the only one.
You're not, clearly. Because you've seen it come up time and time again with different
and
people.
that's just me from my side. And that's not even looking across the table. I mean, I am looking, but you know what I mean? But you, in your own right, have so many things that we need support for. The whole "it takes a village" is there for a reason. It's not just some old wives... Well, not old wives' tale. That's not what I mean. It's not just like an old adage. It's not something that was just said like, oh, it takes a village because kids are hard work. No, it takes a fucking village. Because doing this shit alone is hard. And it's not, this life is not meant to be done alone. It's not. And anyone who says that it is
I'm like, oh, you're born alone, you die alone. Well, yeah, but those are the 2 bookends. What about the rest of the shit?
Yeah.
You can't go through it by yourself.
You can't. And I know that in a lot of situations that makes people, and this is just how I feel about the situation. You know, it turns into, I felt like a pick-me girl the vast majority of my life because no one has picked me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have a mom who chose my best interest. I never had a father. You know, I didn't have family who had my best interest, you know? So it's like, it wasn't until I got older and I met you and like we have done a lot to be here. But yeah, I just like, people need people. And again, I know that I don't know why it's frowned upon to want to have people that want to be around you. I don't understand why that's, oh, well, you're a pick
But
me.
everybody wants to be popular.
Yeah. Right? See?
Like, it doesn't make sense. We're like, oh, you're a pick-me girl. Well, what the fuck do you think Instagram models are doing?
What do you think popularity is?
Like, that's all it is. You're telling people, pick me, I'm cool.
Mm-hmm. Be friends with me, like me.
Like, and I've gotten to the point in my life where I couldn't give a fuck less if anybody liked me.
Fair.
And that includes everybody. It's like, you could change your mind, and I'm just like, fuck it, whatever, fine. Because I'm tired of not being myself. I'm tired of not expressing myself how I want, and like even dressing the way that I want to. I've had a big problem with that in the course of my life.
Yeah.
And just like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I want to wear this or do this or watch this or whatever because it's something that means something to me. Like, I don't give a fuck if you don't like it or your opinion of it because it's shitty anyway, so why do I care?
I want to do my favorite shit.
And the boy's even figuring that out at 20. Thank fucking God.
Yeah.
Where he wants to do things that just make him happy instead of the stupid shit that everybody's telling him he's supposed to do. Well, not everybody, but
the societal pressures of 2024.
Because he's not happy doing that.
Because this shit sucks.
But the subsequent generations are realizing it younger and younger.
Which is great. Because, and we were talking about this not too long ago, there seems to be a resurgence, especially in the young, and I'm talking like younger. When I say younger, I do mean like 25 and younger. That there seems to be a resurgence of, we don't want your money. We want to live our lives and enjoy our lives. Yeah, we're going to have the job because we have to have the job because shit costs money. Yeah, cool.
But even then, they're turning away from corporate America.
Mm-hmm. There's been a resurgence in the want to be a teacher again. I read about a month or so ago that there's been like...
Because all of them were taught retarded shit.
Huge.
And they want to impart what they learned outside of that to the next generation. Mm-hmm. It's imparting the passion, which teachers now could not give a fuck about. And rightfully so, because they don't get paid to give a fuck about it. They're told that this is your job, 9 to 5, do this, do that. Oh, by the way, you also have to work 5 hours after school every fucking day.
You have
but
to,
you don't get paid for it.
No, because it's all encompassing.
And you're not going to be able
salary.
You're not going to be able to cover your cost of living because you have to come out of pocket for your shit. And you still have to pay all the normal bills that everybody else does.
Mhm. Yeah. I personally know so many teachers who are no longer teachers.
It's not worth it.
Which makes me sad because the people that are no longer teachers
were the good ones. But they had their passion and their love of teaching destroyed.
Right out of...
Because of politics, because of whatever.
Yeah.
And we've seen it time and time again.
Yeah. And it's just... I don't know. I don't know what needs to happen as a whole. The whole world. And I do mean the whole fucking world. I don't know what needs to happen. And it's scary to think of what it would take to have everyone.
I know what it would take. It would have to take
an extinction level kind of thing.
Exactly. Like, there has to be a zombie apocalypse. Aliens have to invade. Something for us to unite against.
Something
and even then, once that's over, it's going to go right back to shit.
Yeah, right back to this.
Because everybody is out for self instead of out for the collective. If we all focused on bettering humanity, we would have traversed the stars by now. We would have flying cars. We wouldn't be dependent on fossil fuel.
I agree.
And living in symbiosis with the planet as opposed to sucking it dry. And then, well, we're going to have to figure out a new planet to move to because that's what's happening.
Oh, yeah. Because You know, we've sucked this one dry. Let's go suck another one dry.
Or not even just sucked it dry, but polluted it to the point where it's just like the planet's gonna fucking kill us because we killed the planet.
It's going to correct itself at some point.
And no, like people just don't understand that.
I think the best representation of what was it? The one with Jake Gyllenhaal and Quaid.
Day After Tomorrow.
There we go. That one.
It was Quaid.
It was Quaid. That's right. That one.
Dennis, not Randy.
Oh, yeah. No one's going to take Randy Quaid seriously in the
There's
movie.
a lot of people that did, and they ended up voting for the fucking Cheeto, so I'm not joking.
Valid. Okay. So, okay. But that one I think was like the best representation is like we've fucked this place so much. We have stripped so many resources. We have done all of the bullshit to make this place hate us. And it's going to correct itself. Poles are going to flip. Shit is going...
And they're talking about that. They're talking about that
now.
constantly.
And that it would actually
that it does
happen.
seem like the polls are about to flip and that we're overdue for it and blah, 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 blah. It's like...
That, and I've seen so many, wow, that's really strange weather for this time of year. That's really
Yeah,
strange.
Aurora Borealis coming down into the fucking United States. Are you serious? But no, everything's fine. You know why that is. It's because of the magnetosphere.
Yeah.
There's more solar activity happening. If there's more solar activity happening, that fucks with our magnetosphere. And our magnetosphere is what controls the fucking gravity and the poles on our fucking planet. That's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just, I don't know. It's just terrifying to be alive right now. And I say all of that. You want to hear something funny? Sorry. I say all of that to say that this son of a bitch is too short and stop giving a fuck about what people think and just love the shit out of the time you have here. Because yeah, we have antidepressants and we have all of this bullshit that we have to deal with on the day in, day out, dumb people, dumb situations, dumb rules, dumb whatever. Still try your fucking hardest to enjoy this shit because we only get one go around as far as we know. That may or may not be the case, but guess what? This time, this niche only gets one. That Robert only gets one. I'm going to make the best out of this shit because we were dealt bullshit. I was dealt. I wasn't even dealt cards. I was dealt something else and was said, here, make cards. I was given a tree and said, here, chop it down, process it, make your own paper, fucking print them, learn how to make dye, all of it. We were dealt bullshit hands. And I spent a lot of time dealing with that bullshit, allowing that bullshit, accepting that bullshit, and furthering teaching people how to treat me.
Well, it's not any better if you handle it the other way, because then you isolate yourself by telling everybody this is bullshit, and they're like, well, fuck you then. So
at this point,
either way, it's not any better, because that's the route that I went. I was the fuck you. I know I deserve better than this, but you're treating me like shit. And they're like, well, that's just the way it is. Okay.
Thanks.
That's helpful. I'm going to go develop a drinking habit and fucking seek the affection of women I shouldn't seek because I have no other way to deal with it. Yay.
And it's our fault.
I mean, it is. I made those choices. But
valid.
If I had anything to tell me, oh, yeah, that's probably not a good idea, or, oh, this is why this happened, or blah, 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 just explaining shit to me,
yeah,
it would have made things so much easier. And that's why I try to over explain shit to the kids.
Yeah.
Because this is why I reacted this way. I am sorry, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Same. Because I
don't want them to see me as invincible, because that did our generation no favors. We thought our parents were infallible. And how did that turn out? It turned out a generation of jaded addicts in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
We either looked for affection that we shouldn't have looked for in certain physical aspects. We became alcoholics. We became drug addicts. We became addicted to opiates and fucking all this other shit. Pharmaceuticals on top of that from a young age.
I used to go to the club with a guy who would have like they would call them smack pops.
Mm-hmm.
Suckers that are opiate suckers. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember how he got them or whatever, but he would have a sucker in his mouth all the time. And we were in our...
And then they wonder why we're so stunted and we're losing our fucking minds as we're hitting 30 and 40.
But meanwhile, it's the pharmaceutical things that are coming to save us.
Yeah. And
not
and they're also
with...
sneaking in fucking fentanyl in mass.
That's fair. But
fentanyl can be prescribed.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the thing killing everybody.
Uh-huh. But let's go ahead and keep prescribing it. I don't know. It's just, it's all bullshit. And we have to do the things that make us happy and light our souls on fucking fire. Because we only get one go. And that's why we stay with the people that fucking get us. And we surround ourselves with people that fucking understand who we are and that will be there for us. And yeah, we may sound like the pick-me people, but that fucking pick us.
I don't give a shit anymore. I don't care. You don't have to fucking pick me. If you don't want to be around,
exactly.
bye.
There's the door.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if I'm popular anymore. Like, I have the least amount of friends that I've ever had in my entire life right now. And I am not complaining about it.
Nope. Because the people that are around us have picked us.
Mm-hmm. And the ones that didn't showed exactly what we thought. Yeah. That they were the sycophants. They were there because they could get something out of us. And once we stopped allowing ourselves to be used in certain fashions,
yeah,
everybody started going away.
Or having standards of some kind, or
like setting boundaries, whatever the situation was.
That's
so many different situations. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that shit on Shits and Gigs. How dare you have standards now? And that's the mindset of people,
though. It's true. That's the mindset of the majority of people.
Like, you used to do this.
You changed up on me. Like, no, yeah. I grew as a person. And I don't want to tolerate this shit. And I'm supposed to be your friend and allow you to continue these self-deprecating patterns that you're going through? No. I'm not sitting around for that and watching somebody I care about do the same dumb shit they were doing in their 20s or younger, depending on who the person is.
Change, the only constant in this life is change. We're supposed to change.
We're supposed to grow and evolve.
We're supposed to learn. We're supposed to change. And motherfuckers are okay with just being who they are and expecting shit to work.
I am who I am and nobody should try to change me. No, nobody should try to change you. You should try to change
your fucking self. You should notice the
shitty patterns in your life, the shitty things that you're doing. All of that, and
try to rectify it. That's all.
Nobody wants to.
No one is willing to do the hard work.
But then they look at people like me, like, oh, well, you changed. Yeah, I did. That was the goal. That was the purpose.
Yeah. And then people look at me and are like, oh, well, you're not or you're not enough, or you're not.
Or you're too much.
Or you're too much. Or why would you do that? Or how dare you pick this person? Or how dare you have it?
Can't believe you don't talk to your mom. Like, all that shit. I'm like, you don't know the fucking story.
My biggest thing is, and this is how I'm going to end this, because you're absolutely right. Someone is always going to have something to bitch about.
Because they want something to bitch about.
There it is. But my thing is that to anyone... just because that was just brought up, to anyone who has an issue with someone else not talking to someone, first of all, it's none of your fucking business. Second of all, and the most important thing, Go talk to the other motherfucker.
But
Go
nobody
talk
wants
to
do
that son of a bitch. Go ask them what they did. Go ask them what happened. And the vast majority of people are going to lie. Oh, well,
Everybody's gonna fucking lie. The only person I have met that doesn't lie in that situation is me. I'm the first one to throw myself under the bus.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody tries to sugarcoat shit and they're like, well, you know, we had a disagreement and they fucking flipped out and da 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 da. Like, no.
I do try to paint people better than
I don't.
I
don't
have.
paint myself in a positive
Oh,
light.
no, I don't paint myself in a positive light.
I don't paint anybody else in a positive light unless they deserve it.
That's fair.
People earn that to me.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like respect. I respect those people, so I will give them the props where they're due.
But yeah, at the end of the day, if you know somebody who doesn't talk to somebody that the vast majority of people do talk to, like, i.e. their mother.
Try thinking about what could have happened to make a child turn on their parent in that fashion, because it wasn't something superficial. That was years of bullshit that they had been told over and over and over again that they were not worth this, that they did not live up to that, whatever the fuck. And they finally got fucking tired of it. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason.
Whatever you don't, yeah. And that doesn't just go for parents. That's just my situation. But I'm telling you, if there's a reason why, or if there's somebody who doesn't talk to somebody else, there's a reason. Because people like you and me, there's a reason why we
don't just cut motherfuckers off for
no reason.
I never have.
I'm
loyal.
Causality.
I try to be loyal as fuck to everybody.
Same.
And it takes a lot to push me the fuck away.
Same.
Because there's certain situations that arose in the family that should have caused that. But I saw somebody that was dealing with shit and trying to better themselves. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, my faith, it wasn't because of my faith, but my faith in them paid off because they turned out to be the person that I knew that they were. Mm-hmm. And nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to put in the work like said person did. And now, look, and I've never been more proud of anybody. And I don't want to put anybody's shit out there. That's why I'm not saying names, but
you'll have to fill me in because I think I know who you're talking about, but like, I'll verify. Yes. That's who I thought. Okay. Yeah. That, like, you have to see the whole person's journey. But yeah.
And I told that person, like, I see a lot of me in you. Like, I could see there's some shit there.
Yeah. But yeah.
And we became like kindred spirits from that point where we just understood each other for whatever fucking reason.
I know. But yeah. So, moral of this story is make you happy.
That's it. That's it. Make you happy.
Oh, yeah.
And I said it in the last episode, don't be an asshole. That should be your fucking credo. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah. Make you happy. Do no harm. Take no shit.
I said that in the last one too.
I said that to my boss over the week. And she laughed. She was like, I've never heard it put like that. But yeah.
It's what it is. So, like, I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to be the bad story somebody has. But if you're going to paint me as the villain because I stood up for myself, or even if I had to be the asshole, that's not my fucking problem.
Yeah. What anyone else thinks, says, any rumors that start of me, anything that comes, that is said about me that it didn't come from me.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Take it with a grain of salt.
And some of it, a shot of penicillin. Just saying. Because there's been some shit that was said.
And if you want to believe it, go ahead. I don't care if you believe it or not, because the people, what's the quote? The people who mind don't matter, and the people who matter don't mind.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Just make you happy. And until next time, I'm going to
Don't be an asshole.
Don't be an asshole, and I'm going to do things that make me happy. And you should do that too. And as always, if you need resources of any kind for mental health, please reach out. If you need someone to talk to, reach out. I am still toying with the idea of doing a support group. I do need to put some more thought and semantics into that, but whatever. But yeah, until next time, please do all the social media stuff. Please share. You're not alone in this. We have to come together and just try to make it through this bullshit life as best as we can. So until next time, bye. Thank you for listening to this week's episode. If you like this episode or know someone who would, please help us grow the show by liking, subscribing, and sharing. Keep up with all episodes on Buzzsprout or anywhere else you get your podcasts.
Tune in next week, folks. Same that time, same that channel.